Welcome to my students. I am Alok Kumar Maulik, Senior Teacher English, Police Lines High School, Magura. For class 9-10, English second paper, Grammar. You are looking at a picture. We like the baby because it is innocent. What is it? It is a sentence. We like the baby. But what is this? It is a part of the sentence. Our today's lesson is a part of a sentence that means clause. My dear students, today we will know about clause. Learning outcomes. At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to identify the clauses, identify the kinds of the clauses, identify the structure of the clauses, recognize the clauses. What is clause? The teacher said that education is the backbone of a nation. We see the baby who is praying to God. We can find that the marking part of a sentence is a clause. And then the next sentence, we see the baby is also a clause. A clause is a part of a sentence. It is formed with a group of words having a subject and a infinitive verb. It can express a partial or full meaning of the sentence individually. How many kinds of clauses are there in English grammar? We can see a picture, and the picture shows the three parts of a clause, and they are principal clause, subordinate clause, and coordinate clause. Follow, I love my mother who loves me more than her life. I love my mother is a part, and another part is who loves me more than her life. There are two parts in a sentence that gives a clear meaning. Independent clause that express full meaning individually, and that clause is independent clause. Who loves me more than her life? Dependent clause that express unclear meaning individually. So the students can know, and you will know that the clauses here you can see the two parts of a sentence and each part of a clause, and when a clause will be without any conjunction is called a principal clause. On the other hand, if a clause contains any conjunction is called a subordinating clause. Explanation of principal clause. I love my mother. I love my mother. Here, I means subject, love means infinitive verb, and my mother means object or extension. So, a principal clause is a clause that bears a subject, a infinitive verb, and extension, and works as a part of a bigger sentence. Individually, a principal clause and a simple sentence is the same. Whenever a principal clause is added with a bigger sentence, is considered as a principal clause. Explanation of subordinating clause. Who loves me more than her life? This is a subordinating clause, and subject, infinitive verb, and extension. Here you can see who is a relative pronoun and with who a part of a sentence is giving a meaning. So a subordinating clause is a clause that bears a subject, a infinitive verb, and extension, but it cannot work without the help of principal clause. It always depends on principal clause. Unless you work hard, you will fail. Here, you will fail is a principal clause and cannot express full meaning the part of the first part of a sentence and dependent on this principal clause. So the first clause is dependent on second clause. So second clause is a principal clause and the first clause is a subordinating clause. There are some special words by which subordinate clause is formed. Here you will see a structure and the structure is seen by the students and the students will know about it. Relative pronoun, that, who, whose, which, who, however, whosever, whichever, whom, whomever. Coordinating clause. Coordinating clause means another clause. That clause is in coordinating clause always self dependent clause. Independent clause, I invited him and he accepted it. Both clauses are independent clause. So if we get the independent clause in a big sentence, that clause will be called a coordinating clause. He is poor but honest. Here you can see the two clauses. One is he is poor and another is he is honest. That both clauses are coordinating clause. When two independent clauses are added with a coordinating conjunction is called a coordinating clause. There are some special words by which coordinating clause is formed. Here you can see a table and that table bears the words or phrase that will be used to make up a coordinating clause. Find out and write the name of the clause. Here you can see some sentences here. There are 5 sentences here and the first sentence, this is a picture which looks attractive. This is a picture and it looks attractive. The picture looks good. I like most. The picture is natural but unreal. Everybody believes that natural pictures are the best. So we came to know about clause. Our today's class is over. Thank you very much.